Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I bring all of you to the end of Monday. So, get in there, the end of Monday. I've always kind of felt, to be honest, that Mondays were like one of the easiest days of the week to get through because when you think about it, we've got to get through it anyway, just to get to Tuesday and then Wednesday and then finally Friday and stuff like that. So, I don't know, I think it's just with the way life's going nowadays, I think it's just, for me at least, it's a day just as much as any other. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about. There was a lot of news earlier today about the government decided to scrap a controversial plan for a yacht for the Royals. And I'm just going to... look, guys, let me just illustrate something to you right now. The very thought of, you know, in times like these where people from all walks of life, from the richest to the poorest members of society, are all feeling the pinch because of this living crisis. The very thought that we are just more than willing to spend taxpayers' money on the literal 1% of this country, the 0% of this country. The fact that we're even willing to do that in the first place is, quite frankly, it's tantamount to just about everything that's wrong with this country. That there exists a very elite race of people who they consider it their birthright that they should have everything given to them, and for what it's worth, what do they give back in return? I know probably somebody might tell me what they do bring in, but is that really any justification to shower them with everything they want, praise and all that, just because, again, they consider it their birthright? Does that seem fair? I mean, listen, guys, and I don't want to insult your intelligence or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure the people who watch this, they probably might know who they are. We work hard. We work our asses off. I work basically when I'm not sleeping or eating, or whenever I'm just completely like dazed out of my mind and can't focus on anything in particular, or driving. And I have to work hard. We all have to work hard. We pay bills. We pay for... If I didn't work hard, I wouldn't have all this. And the thought that, you know, people toil, scrimp, save, all that fun stuff, and for what? Just for people to say, well, we'll just have another yacht. Why not just have that? You know what I mean? It's, again, days like these where, you know what, I clamour for the idea that one day, probably maybe 100 years after I'm gone, there will be a united republic. Or, yeah, a united republic. That sounds pretty good. So, just bear that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the fact that there was a conversation about it at all is enough to send, like, antennae twitching. That's all I got to say about that.